So this mindset will massively slow you down as a producer who's trying to learn music production. And I see this a lot. And it is producers that are not wanting to watch a tutorial or learn from a tutorial because it's either got a different synth being used or a different DAW. I get these questions all the time. Can I learn from these tutorials because it's in Logic or it's in Ableton, or because I'm using Serum or Zebra or Silence? I don't have those plugins. I don't have that DAW. Can I still learn from it? You really need to switch your mindset on this. And I'm going to give you some examples as to why this can massively slow you down. Let's say, for example, you've seen a tutorial and that tutorial is in Cubase. I don't use Cubase, so I'm going to use Cubase as an example. Let's say I stopped watching a tutorial because it was in Cubase, or I didn't even bother to open it because it was in Cubase. Let's say, for example, there was a particular bass pattern that I've wanted to learn for such a long time, right? I've wanted to know how it works, the groove, or whatever. Let's say that particular bass line pattern was done in that tutorial, and all that is a MIDI pattern that I've not been able to figure out in my head, right? But all I've done is I've disregarded that tutorial because I've let either the Cubase interface or the fact that they're using Silent or whatever synth that you don't use being used in that tutorial. The only bit of information that I needed to extract from that tutorial was the bassline MIDI. That is all I needed. And I could have taken that into my own DAW and used it with my own presets or my own, in my own DAW. Another example is, let's say, for example, it was in Logic Pro and we've just disregarded it because we use Ableton. What if there was a particular sound that you wanted to learn how to create? And inside that tutorial, he's used Silent, but he's using Ableton. So he's used Silent, you have Silent, so you can directly learn from that portion of the tutorial. So they're just a couple examples of how you can be massively slowing yourself down and your learning curve down just by disregarding something because of a certain part of the tutorial. I see it a lot, and I really suggest anybody who is doing this to try to overcome that in your mind, because it is going to massively slow you down. I used to watch tutorials in every single different DAW that you could think of, because I changed my mindset to this, to think to myself, well, I might not know Cubase, I might not know Reason, but there might be a part of it that I can pull something from. And even if it's just a tiny little bit, I can pull a bit from here, from here, from here, and I can piece it all together and figure it out. So yeah, I hope this helps. As I say, I just see it a lot, and it's really painful to see because I try to get into people's heads. Do not let this stop you, because it's going to massively slow you down. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching. I hope this helps. I hope it can change your mindset, and I hope you have a nice day. Cheers.